Our monsters look like people. I mean, the Epstein files, serial killers, war criminals. At least gang members get tattoos and wear their patches or their colors, but these other monsters, they wear suits or turtlenecks or uniforms. And they do their best to just blend in with the rest of society. In the movies, the bad guys always visually show you what team they're on. I mean, orcs or demons or stormtroopers, cowboys wearing black hats, even vampires. The bad guys always have a way you can identify them. But in the real world, well, they visually just look like us. Like you or me. You know, I'm working on a video about the zombie apocalypse we are currently living through. And today's digital media zombies are, well, they're indistinguishable from the rest of us. Well, except for that blank stare. The more dangerous monsters, the ones running this horror movie that we're all currently living through. Well, there is a way for us to tell them apart from us humans, the regular folk. They use key words and phrases that they do have tells. The previous leader of the WEF, the World Economic Forum, when he infers that you will own nothing and be happy, or that he has penetrated the cabinets. I don't know what else to call that. I mean, in my opinion, when he tells you this stuff, he's telling you he's a monster. And one of the most famous elites. I have so many reasons to think he's a monster. I mean, just watching an interview, it's creepy as hell every time. But the ethical concerns with his links to global health and vaccine trials, corruption claims with his philanthropic ties, conflicts of interest between green technology, fossil fuel companies, and links to China. He has quotes about lowering the population or end-of-life death panels. You know, or the one that, well, at least for me, proves he's a monster. And, you know, the fact he hung out with a known sex offender. In my opinion, when somebody uses their money and power to influence or change global systems or politics for their own advantage, again, I mean, this is just an opinion, but if you ask me, these people are telling you that they're monsters. And, you know, I mean, anyone dealing with virtually every digital piece of equipment you own, you know, that's spying on you. Or the fact that your software is keeping tabs, you know, Windows is recording every keystroke on your keyboard. The threat of AI taking our jobs or flying around armed drones. When the top 1% captures 54% of the created wealth over just the last decade. You know, because already being a billionaire isn't enough. You know, when the bottom half of the world's population only holds 2% of the entire world's wealth. When we were told that we need to give the elite even more power, more money, and more control, or we won't be safe. You know, the world's elite are telling you straight to your face that they are monsters. Complete monsters. And then there is Epstein himself. Talk about evil wearing a suit or hanging around in casual wear. An absolute monster, palling around with the global elite. These are all monsters who look like people. You know, and in the movie, monsters are, well, they're easy to take care of, aren't they? I mean, if you see an orc or a demon, you just destroy it. Everyone can see that, well, what you just destroyed was evil, and you're hoisted on the crowd's shoulders as a hero. Destroy a troll, destroy Medusa, or a dragon, or even the devil himself, and you're gonna be a hero. Kill one of the global elite, and you're going to jail. I mean, no matter how big a monster that person was, you're not gonna get away with it. That's probably a good thing, even if they are responsible for wars and poverties and crimes. It's why we have laws, why we created courts, the judicial system. So in this world full of monsters that look like people, a world full of evil that is pretending to be our friends, our leaders, even our saviors, in a world full of demons and monsters that we can't exercise, cannot fight back against in the traditional ways. What do we do? What can we do? Well, we take away their power. We stop following them. We don't forget what they've done, and we don't forgive what they've done. And we demand justice until we get justice. We demand that those who manipulate our economy for their own benefit, we demand that those who've created monopoly after monopoly in order to control markets and to consolidate their power, we demand that those that call for war or torture, those that allow for human trafficking and addictions to take over our societies, we demand that the monsters who helped Epstein, financially or otherwise, that those that participate in the assault and trafficking of minors be treated as the monsters they are. We can't kill our monsters, but we can imprison them. We could take away their wealth and power, their status among society. We can and should punish the monsters among us. And the higher the position these monsters hold in society, well, the harsher they should be punished. I mean, everyone can feel it, that there's something wrong, that our world could be a much better, much safer, much happier place. But there are monsters walking among us. Those that prey on the young and the weak in our society. Those that claim to lead us while enriching themselves. Those that prey on all of society. Monsters have taken over our system, and whether it's the elite billionaire monsters that, the police refuse to even investigate, let alone arrest, or the monster that just stabbed somebody 7 times and then is let out on bail the same day, by our judicial system. It's time we start locking these monsters away. Our monsters might look like people, but when their actions prove that they are evil, then they should be labeled monsters and treated as such.